My name is Josh Nienhaus. I'm a junior here at the West Michigan Aviation Academy. I live in Walker, Michigan currently, and I went to Kennewa Hills before I attended here. Well, I've loved aviation ever since I was a little kid, and I know that I've always wanted to be a pilot. And one morning, getting ready for school, normal day at middle school, my mom called me down because she heard about this aviation academy. She's like, Josh, this would be great for you. So we heard about an open house, looked at the website. Honestly, when I went to middle school, what I thought every single day was, man, I would love it if I could go every day and be able to learn about like aviation because I just love it. And seriously, when it came on the news, it was just like, oh my gosh, there's a place where I can go to do that. And it's right here in Grand Rapids, and that was just incredible.
You would look at airplane pictures in magazines. Always wanted to go for a ride to the airport and to the viewing area and watch the planes take off and so forth. We could be there for 2-3 hours at a time watching them.
We had some special family vacations where the flight attendants would let him do a couple things in the airplane, and they would know that he had a special interest. I used to drive him and his sister to school. She was in high school and he was in junior high, and their schools were next to each other, so it was my time to talk to him in the morning. And one morning she wasn't in the car and he was with me alone, and he said, it was toward the end of the school year, and he said, you know, Mom, I'm really not excited about going to the public high school. And I was a little shocked, like, why? He said, I just don't feel I'm challenged. And he said, I want something more challenging. And so we threw out, West Catholic High School, Catholic Central, some other schools that he might be interested in, and it just didn't appeal to him. So the one night toward the end of his 8th grade, they announced the Aviation Academy, and I told him in the morning that the new school was opening in the fall.
Dick DeVos and his wife Betsy had this vision of a charter school. And Betsy DeVos challenged her husband Dick to his passion is flying, aviation, and education and helping the community. So she challenged him to start a charter school with an aviation theme, and he took the challenge, and here we are.
We actually had a lottery because there was the number of kids who wanted to get in was over the capacity, and at the time they were guaranteeing 60. In that first 60, I was number 55, so I was right near the line, and I was pretty nervous for a while. No way am I about to have this great opportunity just pass me by, just barely. And so when they called my name and I was guaranteed to be in, it was just such a relief, and I was very excited.
Josh came to us with a real focus. Josh Nienhaus wanted to be a pilot. He knew that. He wants to be an airline pilot. So when he came in here, there was tunnel vision. Get his education, get in that aviation program, and become a pilot, and Josh has done that.
Imagine soaring through the skies of Grand Rapids on your 17th birthday, knowing you've accomplished one of your dreams. That's exactly what Josh Nienhaus, a junior at West Michigan Aviation Academy, did as the school's first private pilot.
To get your pilot's license, you can solo at the age of 16 in your flight training, but to actually get it, you have to be 17 years old, and you have to have at least 40 hours flight time, and I got 40 right on the dot. If I probably wouldn't have gone here, I wouldn't have even started flight training until college, and wouldn't have known as much as I do now and really have a goal to look forward to.
It was my hope that we would inspire kids to actually do it and be able to empower them, and to see him follow through. He's a great kid, and to see him follow through, to stand in the room with his dad, who was just enormously proud of what his son had done, to have walked that path myself as a pilot, and to know what he's accomplished at a young age, that was really, really gratifying and exciting for me to see. He set a clear standard for the rest of the kids that said, I did it, you can do it too.
There are 1.5 million students in Michigan just like Josh, all with their own dreams, all with the same hope that they too can find the right school. Charter schools like the West Michigan Aviation Academy are helping those dreams become a reality, and those schools can't succeed without the support they receive from Mapsa. The West Michigan Aviation Academy was able to open thanks to assistance from Mapsa, and now the school is able to thrive thanks to support from Mapsa. If not for Mapsa, the West Michigan Aviation Academy might never have gotten off the ground, and if not for this charter school, Josh's dreams might not be soaring either. If we don't have the best public education system in the country, Michigan's future will also be grounded. The hope for a better future lies with charter schools, and charter schools can't be their very best without Mapsa. That's why these Michigan leaders support Mapsa.
Who do you look to? Who do you listen to? And I think there will be, and have been, a number of groups out there advocating for themselves. Mapsa does so on behalf of the public school academies. And to the extent that that advocacy can then be tied in with good, solid metrics and data to say, here's our record. And it's wide open for all to see. And we'll be glad to have that compared against anybody else. Boy, you start winning those competitions.
Dan, this Mapsa gives us a audience, if you will, or gets the audience, and tells a story, and tells we need competition. You know, charters aren't the only thing in the world. Public schools, they run a lot of good public schools. I mean, seriously, we all know that. But we need competition. I mean, my whole life's been competition, and so I believe in competition, and I think charters have given competition. As school of choice has given competition. So I think there's a lot of good things going on right now.
You and Betsy have also been very supportive of Mapsa. Financially, you've been on the board. Talk about the vital role Mapsa has played over 20 years in moving opportunities forward in Michigan.
Well, I think every movement, every segment of our society today, it seems, needs to have a coherent voice to be heard at the public square. I have been a critic in years past of various chambers of commerce that lost their voice. They need to be the voice of the job creator in the town square. Not everybody's going to love them or agree with them, but that voice needs to be heard. Mapsa is the voice of the charter school community into the system, into the town square. Individually, the charter schools have their own voice, but collectively that voice can be heard in a different way. It will take on more resonance and more importance, especially amongst the rule makers and amongst the system creators, to speak with one voice, one coherent voice, and is going to be really, really important, because the reality is the other side, the traditional public school side that has historically wanted to eliminate competition, which I understand. Hey, if I was part of the monopoly, if you're part of the monopoly, monopolies are a wonderful thing.
Right.
So I understand their point of view, but but they have a very loud and coherent voice. There needed to be another coherent voice to speak into the public square so that good public policy would be the result, that public policy that would benefit kids, not just adults.
As an organization, we are going to be at the forefront of finding those really innovative new models, those great teachers, those great school buildings, those inspirational leaders that are making a difference. And I think that people that are interested in really fundamentally changing the world one child at a time would want to look at Mapsa as that leader, that organization that can help them one child at a time.
You've done a lot here in Michigan, particularly to bridge some of the partisan wrangling around education in our state. So your leadership has inspired me to be a part of this. The other thing that's interesting about Mapsa is the number of charter schools that you all work with, the literal breadth of the work that you all do, coupled with this depth.
I'm a financial supporter of Mapsa. I celebrate Mapsa wherever I go because I think Mapsa is doing what it's supposed to do. They're doing good things. They're encouraging educational choice. They're helping school operators. They're organizing grants, funding initiatives that affect individual children and individual schools and educational choice across Michigan, and they do it well.